Hello and welcome to my first Let's Play, which is one of my favorite games of all time. However, this is the third iteration of this game. It is Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1 and 2. Now, this game originally came out in 2000 for the Dreamcast. Then next year they came out with Phantasy Star Online version 2. Main difference between those two was the introduction of Ultimate Mode, which was basically a reskin of all the enemies, a lot more difficult, tons of new weapons, new bosses, reskin, but pretty much the same thing. They added in, I don't think they added any quests, but they did add in a PvP as well. Also, one of the big things over that one, the first one, is they fixed a lot of the hacks, but and also it was no longer free to play. But I'll let you watch this intro. Now, that was actually the intro for the Episode 2. There's actually an alternate ending. That's actually the alternate opening to the game. There is the original one as well. But let's just move on with the game. Now, the GameCube version, it's called Episode 1 and 2 because it has another mode, unlike the Dreamcast versions. It's Episode 2, which actually added new areas, which you saw there. That was the Episode 2 intro. That was showing a whole bunch of areas, the bosses, and all that good stuff. But the GameCube mode also had a multi-mode to it, where you could play up to 4 people, split screen. It was really fun. We used to do that all the time back in the day, but it was really hard to see what you were doing or your inventories. We all had to crunch up close because it just squeezes everything so quick, you know. 4-way split screen. I mean, I haven't seen that since the N64, but let's get right into it. Now, I have a character down here. He's level 80, but we're not going to use him. We're going to recreate. He's going to delete him. Start a new character here. Oh, well, here is the intro to Episode 1. Again, I'll just let you watch this. and with that, we jump in the game. Now, I am not too savvy on the whole Phantasy Star storyline, if this fits in with any of the other games. I have never actually played any of them all the way through. I believe Phantasy Star 1 was before my time, really before I played games. I think I was really young. But nonetheless, I really enjoy this game. And this is a lot different. If nobody's ever played the old Phantasy Stars, they're traditional RPGs like Final Fantasy. You see enemies, you choose your skills. This game, however, is not like the old Phantasy Stars, as it is a hack and slash RPG. Anyways, as you can see here, we have 3 different types of classes. You have your Hunter, which is basically your up close and personal. They used heavy weapons, you know, daggers, swords, great axes, what have you, or pole arms, I should say. They don't, and they break it down to 2 different races, really. Well, not races. You have the robot, the android classes, which are the Hugh Casil and Hugh Cast, my bad. Couldn't read that. The Humor, you can see here, is a balanced warrior, I should say. He's a human, so he can use a variety of all the techniques, really. The Hunor here has very strong techniques, as well as being adept at close-range combat. Has the lowest of HP of the Hunter classes. The Qcast, expert at close-range combat. Qcasts have the strongest attack power potential of any class. But here's the special thing about robots: they cannot use magics. But new to this version, well, at least I can't remember if they could have it in version 2. They can use traps. They can lay down bombs and stuff, which become very helpful later on, especially in the harder difficulties. Same thing with the Hugh Casil. This is a new class introduced into Episode 1 and 2. These were not in version 2. Let's see, they have a close combat expert with excellent reflexes that give her high accuracy and evasion, unable to use techniques but can use traps. Then you got the Ranger classes. This one excels in range combat, has most balanced. Again, the human has just really balanced overall skills. So, you know, they don't really excel too much in anything. But actually, no, these versions do. They have the highest accuracy. Well, prove me wrong, don't you? Damn, I should read more. Let's see. Ramarls have the lowest HP, but their high mental strength compensated for providing strong attack techniques and support. These are also the new classes in Episode 1 and 2. These were not in version 2. They're kind of like a mixed... They're support class, really. They can do damage, but they're not as strong as, say, the Ramarl or the Rockcast. The Rockcast have the greatest attack power potential of the Rangers, as they have the highest ATA. We'll get into stats later. Again, they cannot use techniques, but can use traps. The Rock Seals have the greatest defense power out of all of them, and they actually have pretty good accuracy overall stats. It's just their defense is boosted high. Let's see, now you have the Casting class. Now this is the human version. With low defense power and low HP, Fomars are challenging to use. Their combination of techniques and quickness in combat make them unique. The Fomarl, besides excelling support techniques, Fomars are competent with some weapons. It gives them more balanced growth potential. I used to use one of these back in the day. I can't remember if this is the new... No, this is the new class. The Fomar is the new class, I think, or is the Fomarl? I can't remember. It's been so long. Then you got the Phonum. Phonums are balanced and excel in numerous techniques. They distinguish themselves with powerful attack techniques. Then you have the Phonorals. New Worlds. I could never pronounce that. They have limited combat skills, but excel in both attack and support, and they have the highest mental strength, TP potential of any class. I think that the spellcasters, the forces, I should say, are the most difficult to play in this game, just because they have to rely on their magic to do damage, really, and it's very expensive early on. It's just, they're really for, you know, expert players. I don't really feel like messing with them too much. I already have you can see I'm missing a ranger class, so I think I'm going to make a ranger. But I'll save that for next time because I am out of time. So until next time, my name is Zangfei500, and this is Phantasy Star Online, episode 1 and 2.